I'm just gonna say Lost Hills for the heck of it.
That is evil. And nope, we are starting at the snail spots just east of Vanilla.
Yep, close to the coast, and we have Zyre breaking for the Vanilla Cave, while Shiner is heading on a different route.
Going towards Lake. Ooh! Darknuts and Gorilla's outside, and they say no.
Yep, and it looks like Shiner's gonna beeline it straight for the fairy. Good play there to restore health. Interesting to note, Shiner is playing as a Darknut, so all Darknut sprites on his seed will appear to be Link sprites.
That is correct, while Zyre is True Link. Ooh, take any. And there we go, Zyre. Get that candle.
Good fake there. Thought about the heart container, but then thought otherwise.
And ouch, 4 rupees for the small secret.
Well, we've still got 2 other secret varieties to go. Oh, and we got level 8. Near vanilla start.
And Zyre is having none of it this early. Some runners may choose to explore just a few rooms, but without a weapon, I can understand Zyre's hesitance.
Absolutely, especially with how large level 8 is, rather. I almost said small. Anyway, we got any roads.
Including one to Death Mountain.
Right by Spectacle Rock, though, so that one might be a bit out of the way. And Shiner finds level 2. Now, this is a dungeon worth digging, not only due to its size, but the item for the dungeon could just be laying on the floor.
Could be, but ooh, this is a segmented level 2 here. Nice block clip to explore the other segment. Also, early Triforce piece. Nice find. Though, not getting it yet.
Yep, gonna try and do... Ooh, Lionel's! Found a Lionel's den! Shiner's doing what's not... And Uncle Wizzy, too! That's just even worse! Okay, that Rick 6 is done. That Rick 6 is done, and understandably so. Ooh, hi, Aquamentus. Bye, Aquamentus.
It kind of makes sense. Darknuts and Gorillas in the underworld, something had to take place. In the overworld, underworld, mix them up. Also, level 1 find, and a heart container find for level 2. That may be the boss one, though.
Yep, and Zyre has found a take any. And the level's hint is a community hint. There's a snake in my boot!
You okay there, Woody?
I'll be good. Anyway, Shiner's just gonna grab the triangle for level 2 and get on out of here. Understandably so.
That does make sense. And ooh! We have apologetic door repairs.
Yeah, that's one of those sorry, not sorry circumstances, but either way, it's a vanilla amount of 20 rupees, so not too terrible. Could be better, could be worse.
Alright, what is on the coast today? White Sword!
Ooh, now that would be very helpful combat-wise.
Medium Secrets, 33 rupees, slightly above average. And Vanilla level 2 has Info.
And info that Shiner cannot afford at the moment. But with those hints being community hints, possibly, they might not go back for that.
And that's another small secret. That's 2 or 3 out of 4 found so far.
Yep, and I believe Shiner just came up on one of them as well. And Zyre comes up on level 7, one of the burn spots.
Levels 2 and 7 are right next to each other.
Yep, quite literally one screen away. Now, Zyre's not heading in. I mean, that's understandably so. He doesn't know that he'd be able to easily get the Triforce and get out of there without a sword. But, judging by the fact that he's already skipped on dungeons without a sword yet, I can't blame him. And Shiner gets bopped.
I think that was a lever that came up from underground.
In other words, it wouldn't lever him alone.
It's a little hard to clap like this.
Fair enough. Oop, might get a hint purchase here on Zyre's side, thinking about it. Oh, and the power bracelet is required! If the silver arrow's not at the grave spot, this is a power bracelet seed!
That is big. Holy smokes, we need to check out that grave area stat.
Yep, and there are any roads that can lead over relatively close to that. So that wouldn't be a bad find, all things considered. And I think Zyre is trying to get a rupee drop for the middle hint. And
there we go. Has it. And raft not required.
Right, at this early point in the seed, any bit of information will be helpful. So should Zyre find the raft, he's not going to need it for anything major.
Alright. Gamble room spotted. Not able to take advantage because you need 10 rupees in order to gamble. It's a house rule. And speaking of house rules, Zyre is up in Casino Corner.
Yep, Shiner sees what the coast item is.
Ooh, cheap bait.
Also a cheap recovery art if one's needed in a pinch. But what Shiner could probably use finding here, other than a sword, would be a candle. Because in terms of exploration, Zyre's getting ahead in that regard. Yeah, that other bait shop, not so good, though.
That's the expensive one, but decent price for keys and shields.
And if you ever want to find a door repair, it's when you have no rupees, because then you're losing nothing.
Indeed. Right now, Zyre is hoping to, I'm guessing, make his way over to the rest of the Lost Hills area. Watch out for rocks. Shiner is probably going to head to Casino Corner. And hopefully... Ooh, easy there. Nice spotting the lever trap. And it's just a door repair. Yeah. Oh, and the levers come from under the ladder and say, nope.
Yep, that lever ought to be sent off to the penalty box for tripping him up.
I don't know if levers actually play hockey.
That is also a football penalty, but that one's not called very often.
I don't know how often penalties are called in football, either football.
Let's just say in the NFL sometimes it's too often, depending on the game.
Well, hopefully we won't find any penalties at Candle Alley.
No, but
it's a take any!
No, but we do find a rather helpful take any. And a good time, too, because find the wedge sword item, and you've got a 2 in 3 shot of picking it up. It could be that grave spot, which Zyre is not rushing off for.
Makes sense to take care of. Ooh!
That makes this a big money seed with a 133. Very helpful right now, but could still play a factor endgame. Saw it happen in a seed where it was a big money seed, yet money was still a factor due to keys being short.
Lost Cards fan would approve of this.
Absolutely.
And one of the sword hints has been swallowed by Batman, I believe? Or Darkwing Duck? Which one?
I'm gonna guess Batman on that. Chat can correct us if we're wrong on that. And the shop is being run by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Shiner's hoping to get into the waterfall. Unfortunately, the Zola says no.
I thought that was the Gorilla, but either way, it was Darkwing Duck. Thanks, chat.
Well, hopefully our runners will be able to soar to that wooden sword. There are 28 or so open locations available, Armo spots included. And we have already seen, I want to say, at least 16 of them.
Sounds about right. Now, that's an interesting play by Shiner. Opting to go for the heart instead of the candle. Now, I can understand why, because you got the money for the candle, so why waste the free heart? But you need to start burning stuff at this point.
Yeah, otherwise, Shiner may end up being burned in the end with the lack of exploration or a weapon. Ironic, isn't it?
Yep. And it looks like Zyre's also having trouble with that waterfall cave, and I don't think that Gorilla went down, so they could be beefy. And Vanilla 3 is a potion shop. Zyre just tanks it, and it's a casino.
And up here is where... Oh, right, it was Shiner that found the warps first, but this is going to be Zyre's first. Unless I mismarked them on my end.
Yeah, that happens to everybody. Bottom left corner. Well, we found arrows, which Shiner's not going to make a play on.
That's the second arrow shop I've noticed.
Shiner thought about it, but then decided, nah, I got other things to deal with.
Well, hopefully Shiner's heading towards that Armo spot.
Looks like it. Just has to get past these dark nuts. Well, Zyre's gonna be careful here. Also, we have not seen any bomb shop or drop from anything in this seed so far.
There's the wooden sword at the potion shop just north of level 3.
And at the 12-minute mark as well. That's good because Hacksaw Jim Duggan was about to have to come back for his 2x4 for his main event match tonight.
I forgot that wrestling was still on Thursdays. Final hint. There's the bomb drops, and the Armoses will keep their secrets hidden for now.
Yep, the Gorilla defense system keeps them safe. But Zyre gets a bomb drop too.
Funny enough, Zyre's had more opportunities to get bombs, but they haven't been dropping. There's the second info shop. Hint 1. Feat of Strength also to Red Ring. Is level 9 going to be Power Bracelet blocked?
That's very much a possibility at this point. There's also a possibility that you could have 2 levels blocked by a Power Bracelet spot. And Zyre's going to do an up A retry here, having seen all 3 hints after just recently doing an up A save. So hardly lost anything except maybe the bomb drop. But considering that was just 1 bomb that was used, that's not really that big of a deal.
I can understand that, but I probably would have saved after getting those bombs, especially if they were right at start. Ooh, looks like the Link Nuts chose to tell Shiner, nope.
Yep, not his day today.
Yeah, the overworld is ugly today. I mean, you have Gorillas and Dark Nuts. Basically, fast-moving shielded enemies plus ranged attackers. Most likely the Moblins are going to be... Hold on!
Oh my goodness, the ladder is a 6-heart white sword item this time.
Rude!
Extreme rude. I mean, that you get the ladder, and if Zyre gets 1 more heart, he gets there first without getting a sword, he'll be able to just get the... Well, I was about to say bypass the wooden sword, but... He finds it, 1426, so that's out, and Shiner takes it F.
Unfortunately, that bomb was misplaced due to the enemies roughing him up. And Zyre is feeling that same treatment.
Yeah, combat-wise, I foresee this being a very rough seed for a couple of different reasons. Because not just the enemies that are on the overworld, but the enemies that are in the dungeons, too. You have a mix of Lionels and Wizzrobes. Ugly combination. That's for sure.
Agreed. Both Lionels and Wizzrobes have very strong magic attacks. Wizzrobes can ignore invincibility frames. And it's just ugly. Plus, I think Pole's Voice are going to be found in the dungeons as well. If they're the same set, that's just going to be even worse.
Yep, hey, and we got the bow in one. Fred! That's not how it's supposed to go. Fred!
Be nice. Randomization can only go so far. Also, level 4 to the east of Monocle Rock.
Fair point. Long-running gag.
I know, but I'm trying to reduce my usage of it myself.
Touche, fair point. But there's also one more item in level 1, and it'll be down in a staircase. And as soon as Zyre finds the staircase, it'll be there, provided this is not a segmented level 1. As small as level 1 is, it can still be segmented.
Now, level 4 only has one item.
Hint, Dodongo dwells in the forest, and the item's the book!
I don't think either runner is going to be up for literacy today.
Nope, we're leaving the booking for Dano.
Also, I was correct, Moblins were going to be in the dungeons at this point.
Yep, they're camouflaged when the blue ones are in the dungeons.
Joys of, palette tricks.
Yep, meanwhile, Shiner's getting a key off of a Stalfos.
Strong Stalfos. One of the things that we didn't talk about too much are the unique flags here. We're in the elimination stages, so these are harder flags than what was encountered during the Swiss stages. You have seen some of those changes by now. We have some community hints mixed in, we have stronger enemies, sometimes weaker enemies, and let's see, bosses are also affected. And oh yeah, second quest rooms. We haven't encountered any of those yet.
Yep, but those are definitely a possibility. Shiner's down to half a heart. Or Zyre just beat up an Aquamentus.
Uh-oh, Blue Landmolas!
And Shiner can't get away. Blue Landmolas are ridiculously fast. That is a scary thing to go against when you're low on health.
Agreed. Blue Landmolas are some of the fastest things in this entire game.
Oh, to answer chat, well, Zyre has yet to find. Zyre lights the old man on fire. Kane, come on now. Why are you doing that?
That's Woody. You're not supposed to burn Andy's toy, Zyre.
Shiner's the only one that's found the ladder, but we know it's the 6-heart ladder because Shiner had 5 hearts at the time. And speaking of Shiner, he takes the death.
And Zyre found the long way to the Triforce. Right, because
bomb hole to his right.
Right, that trick wasn't done. And the power bracelet was in level 2.
Wow, Shiner is gonna want to get back there for that ASAP. Probably up, and he just gets hit by a freight train.
Now, I think Shiner didn't have a sword at that point, so it makes sense, but... oh, that is tricky, especially with the 2 hints we've seen.
And if he doesn't go back there, that's going to be extremely punishing. Meanwhile, Zyre's ducking into level 7, one of the medium-sized dungeons that we have. Zyre, don't walk into your own fire. And we also know that the raft isn't required as well. Speaking of what is and isn't required. And Shiner trying to take him on. If he had gotten one of them off the screen, he could have just exited the room and despawned the other, but nope.
Speaking of despawning, what was that Tech-Tyke doing in the southern wall?
Yeah, the Tech-Tykes are weird that they have no knockback animation whatsoever, which causes them to teleport.
So of course they had to be strong Tech-Tykes in order for such mastery to take place. Also, hello Digdogger. Goodbye, Digdogger.
Yep, hoping that we are not required to flute to beat you, and Shiner.
Oh! Bloody Wall Masters.
Wall Masters. Wall Masters. Annoying the heck out of gamers since 1986.
Also, shoutouts to Thalthon for confirming some analysis that we had suspected. If we do not find enough levels with power bracelets, then we have either a grave or an actual PB level 9. Also, hello there, Lord Banana. How are you doing today? Sorry you are being ignored.
Yep, or in Greenleaf's case, say a prayer for the understanding and continuing on their way.
So, let's go back to the level analysis for a second here. We have found levels 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8 at this point. Shiner has found another way back to start, unfortunately.
Yeah, so if we do not find our 2 remaining levels at push spots, then 9 is either at the grave or power bracelet required. And if that is the case, then we already know both level 9 items, knowing at least one of them will have to be dug out to beat this seed.
Which means we have ourselves a spicy vanilla. What type of flavor is spicy vanilla?
I'm not into spicy food myself, so I wouldn't know. Meanwhile, Shiner is taking on a 3-headed Gleeok and the Gleeok won.
Ooh, extra strong Tech-Tykes. 3 sword hits against the blue ones.
Yeah, not something I'd want to see, especially when they're in a dungeon.
And that teleporting animation that you talked about, it just looks off. And they're okay. It almost left again.
Yeah,
and, this is an example of a second quest room, and Zyre isn't aware of it. Second quest rooms, you have to push the leftmost block in the center row.
So
Zyre?
It would. Yeah, I see which one he has to push. He found it, but he just hoodwinked himself.
He can still go north. It's fine. Then just head back south and try again.
Yeah, relatively minor time loss, all things considered. And name that ink blot for on Shiner's side.
Looks like someone is. Uh-oh, toll room on the right. And Zyre is. Oh no, that's potentially bad.
I sort of wish Zyre hadn't done that because that just took away getting the ladder, which he had, but now has to pick up another heart container somewhere else to make it happen. I hate those guys.
So, to get back to the ink blot thing, one of those, like, pushing wheel, lawnmowers, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking more or less a cobra that's coiled up ready to attack. And Zelda's room is in 4, and a rupee boss is on the inside, but it's just rupees.
Well, maybe Shiner's thinking about purchasing the blue ring.
That would not be a bad idea for this seed due to the chance that that and the silver arrows are could be in 9 very easily, especially if the dungeons fall in the way that they could. So that would not be a bad play.
And that looks like the meat block, but it's not going to come into play.
Yep, meat not required.
Well, this seed is showing some mercy, but level 7 is not. That ladder is most likely required.
And Zyre did not help his chances at getting it by paying the heart for the toll. I mean, I understand why, because max bombs can come into play in dungeons where you have to find the bomb hole, but in this case, that could really have some short-term ramifications.
By the way, Shiner had not only explored all of level 4, but found the compass, but didn't pick it up. What was guarding it?
Well, we found level 5, and it's bad news for our runners, because now Power Bracelet will be required for 9. We can pretty much confirm that Red Ring and Silver Arrows are in 9 unless we get a dungeon at a push spot.
We cannot confirm that just yet. I know you're excited about that possibility, but we can still have 2 dungeons in Power Bracelet spots. And it is technically possible for one to be 9 and one to be, say, 3, which we haven't found yet. And both of them could have those 2 items split up.
Yep, so we still have an uncertainty yet, so it's more, we're playing Where's Waldo with the Silver Arrows here. Well, Red Ring too, because that would be nice to have. And Zyre finds a book and is like, nope.
Oh, this is that evil enemy combination I was afraid of. Lynels and Wizrobes, and they just make mincemeat out of Shiner today.
That is a nasty combat combination.
Now, something else to notice, Shiner is very low on keys right now. While Zyre's just found his 5th.
It's good to have keys now, but to run into a key block situation, it doesn't take a lot. Especially in a dungeon that has a lot of locked doors.
Oh, no, never mind. That is the actual meat block.
Well, either way, due to the likelihood of a bomb hole being up in that room being unlikely, I mean, it's possible, however unlikely, meat blocks won't be a thing here.
And shoutouts to our restreamer, Norestra, for... Yes, I'm the one that's causing chaos. As Shiner picks up a candle from the letter spot.
I've caused quite a bit of chaos with Zelda 3 random seed dealings, so I know the feeling.
Okay, Thelphon, as far as how to tell, it's either note the enemy or note the message and position. In this case, yeah, Afro Hyena said it best. They usually talk about food somehow.
Yep, like you could have one of the enemies doing their best Ryback impression with "Feed me more" or something like that.
Also, it's typically the Gorilla enemy, or whatever replaced the Gorilla enemy, that is the meat block. And, ooh, Shiner's going to purchase hints, only one of which is useful. And as soon as Shiner sees that hint right there, that's going to be nerve-wracking. Oh, and the Landmolas were guarding the heart container.
That's painful, but now Zyre may not know where the white sword item is, but would be very happy to see it, I can imagine.
Indeed. Now, Zyre needs to make his way towards the west and then a little north. I forget what boss enemies were in level 4. It is possible that Shiner was boss blocked out, because I know one of these levels had a Digdogger and one had a Goma.
And Shiner's ducking into level 8. And Zyre's trying to play find the bomb hole. not so much luck there. And we got the red candle in level 8.
Definitely not a bad find. If you're dealing with likes or Gibdos, sometimes a red candle is a hero or a villain's best friend. Nice bomb counting on Zyre's side.
Yep, 10th enemy usually drops a blue rupee if you haven't been hit. So if you get to the 10th counter and you get them with a bomb, they'll drop bombs instead.
Oh! Statue Room had enough of Shiner.
Yeah, BMOs have never been kind in the Zelda series. That's for sure.
Are they actually BMOs if they're not shooting, well, lasers?
Well, that's one way of looking at it, but I've heard them called BMOs a few times, so I just figured it sticks because I figure you can't really get a multi-sprite laser on this type of hardware without creating a lot of lag. So the simple fireball suffices. Oh wait, I think I'm seeing what you were saying about 4. I think 4 is Goma blocked, and if what we know about this seed, you might have to buy arrows to beat that Goma.
Did Shiner defeat the 3-headed Gleeok at all? Because that may have been it. I need to see a map. Also, Shiner, what are you doing? Shiner, go away! Oh!
Shiner, why are you picking up the usurper? Dan's game!
I think Shiner prefers the dome fossil instead of the helix fossil?
Well, either way, got a heart container out of it, so... And he knows where the ladder is, so is he gonna beeline it there after level 8? That's possible.
We are still missing the locations for levels 3 and 6. We still don't know what's at the grave. Neither runner has gone over there yet.
Considering feat of strength could mean the grave spot, I'm surprised they haven't gone over there yet, but I'm wondering if they're prioritizing just exploration in general instead of letting themselves getting hung up over one little thing, which isn't a bad thing per se. If you get hung up on one thing, that can eat up a lot of time.
And it's the Gleeok that's guarding the Triforce, not the Goma, so we have a little bit of sanity, or breathing room, your choice.
Bit of both, really, in my book.
Alright, Shiner has the compass to level 8 and is hoping to bomb his way through. May have to spend some keys, though.
Is it max rupees as well, so... Oh, wait, bomb upgrade! And a cheap one, too! And it's the best one possible!
Max bombs is always a good thing. Shiner has a direct path to the Triforce. Actually using the magical boomerang to good effect. I know, strange thing I said. But there you go. 2-1 Triforce piece lead.
Very true, but Zyre has a pretty healthy offset with that by having not one but 2 major pieces of equipment that we know are needed for this seed. And knowledge as to where the silver arrows are, but we're just not sure yet. Meanwhile, Shiner's up to 7 for hearts.
We don't know what the item in level 5 is. At this point, we know it's not the red ring or the silver arrow, so let's think about what's left. There are 5 items that have to be found outside of level 9. They are, well, on your screen for the most part. The recorder, the ladder, the power bracelet, the bow, and the raft. We have only found 1 item in level 1. We are missing the items in levels 3, 5, and 6, and I don't think our runners have found the Armos item yet.
No, Armos item is at large, so we're really looking at a number of possibilities that are out there.
Yeah, we have 3 out of 5 slots where our 3 required items can be. And Zyre is actually trying to take out the blue Wizrobe. Nicely done with the bomb, but now out of bombs for further exploration.
Yeah, that part could be a problem, but Shiner did make a purchase and purchase the arrows, and is picking up the ladder in 3, 2, 1. So now Shiner can get the white sword off the coast, which would be an excellent offense upgrade. Considering this seed and how bulky some of these enemies are, I'd be going right for it. That's just me.
Now, previously Shiner had taken a death to uncover this cave. It was another arrow shop.
And it looks like Zyre's taking on the Tech-Tykes, and an advantage of that being Tech-Tykes in this room is they'll eventually jump up to Zyre. But the question is, how long is that going to take?
The blue ones always take longer to jump. The red/orange ones are the more active of the two.
Yep, and the blue ones deal more damage, and Zyre gets through what was a very nasty room for Shiner. Oh, and hi, Gleok. Oh, no. Four-headed Gleok, 1 heart. Nope, 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 nope.
To go back to what you just said earlier... Ooh, I saw that too. To go back to what you said earlier, do blue Tech-Tykes actually cause more damage? Because I don't remember that.
Not sure on that, but Shiner, on half a heart, gets the white sword. So now has a major offense upgrade that is going to come in handy in this seed. No doubt about it.
And Zyre now encounters the bait block. Hopefully it's not a real bait block, but... Whew. At this point, we've explored almost everything east of the river. Now, Zyre does have that power bracelet, so perhaps it's time to start pushing. In the meantime, Shiner is in level 1. We know the bow is here, but we're still missing a second item.
And Shiner might... And now we know where Mags is, but we're a bit of a ways away from picking that up. This would be a good seed to have it. We already know about Dodongo dwelling in the forest, old man. Catch up with the times.
Ooh! Triforce is right next door. Ooh! Wizrobe's guarding it, and time to play Monty Hall. 2 key doors, 2 keys. You can't lose yet, but what's beyond?
I'm thinking the second item's beyond one of them. Going left.
Oh! Darknuts say no to the staircase.
And use a key, get a key, so we're not done yet. Use 2 keys, get 2 keys. Still going. Right.
2 power bracelet spots taken care of.
And name that ink blot. I'm going to say kangaroo.
I cannot improve on that one.
So use 3 keys, get 3 keys. That is a great win-win, and hopefully this is the push block staircase here, so this Schadenfreude with the keys can come to an end. Oh, it is, and what do we have here?
We have Recorder!
Good find. You cover yourself against the Dig Doggers. We know Recorder Lake is an any road this seed, so it's not going to open a dungeon. But in terms of beating a Dig Dogger, very helpful. And why? Oh, I see why Shiner went north. Winds up getting a heart container out of it. Looking for more keys, maybe?
It was Recorder Lake that was the other warp spot. I had mixed that up with the top of the waterfall. Thank you for clarifying. I knew I was missing something.
Yeah, happens to all of us.
But someone who isn't missing this stuff is I'm a Sockgar Tracker. Shoutouts to him. Please give him a follow, as well as our runner, ShinerCCC and Zyre.
Absolutely. This is a good race so far, and this is a race that could very easily come down to level 9. It's been said before, but it's worth saying again. Level 9 is the great equalizer for a very good reason, because a number of races are won and lost in that level.
I agree with the sentiment, but it's a little soon to talk about level 9 when not only have we not found level 9, but we only have 2 pieces of the Triforce so far.
Well, unfortunately, Shiner went through so many rooms that now the Wizrobes have respawned, which is going to require beating them again to get the Triforce, which he does. Spawns right on top of them. When you want a Y-Force, it's a good thing.
Now, Shiner knows there's a second item in there, but leaves it!
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, Shiner. That is a... Please tell me he goes back. It looks like. Hopefully he does. Okay, yes he does. Okay, I see why he did that. Get rid of the locked door. Okay. Now he's gotta beat this Aqua Menace, and he's on his way with a bow that can shoot arrows. So now that Goma that was in his way earlier is no longer a problem, because Shiner has the bow.
And Shiner did purchase wooden arrows earlier, so... there we go. Both runners, I believe, have purchased wooden arrows at this stage, so the bow is now a viable weapon for both.
I didn't see where Zyre picked it up. Okay, I might have missed it. Either way, Zyre's going right back into 4, and I do believe that this is where Goma's days are numbered.
Oh, it was... I misread it. It was Goma, not Gleok. Oops. So yeah, right now, you did have to purchase arrows to get into level 9, which may have silvers.
Yep, every so often, Goma blocks are a thing to where you don't have silvers to get you out of it. And in this case, it was a red Goma, which only takes 1 arrow to take out. Whereas blue Gomas, it takes 3. And the hitbox for a Goma is skewed a bit to the left, whereas some enemies in the 8-bit era have hitboxes skewed to the right. So it's a little confusing in that regard.
That is, of course, assuming that the bosses haven't had changed HP, which it's entirely possible. For that matter, that Aqua Mentis, I'm pretty sure had 7 or 8 HP.
Well, that's possible. Because Aqua Menace, the general strategy is to wait for it to stop shooting fireballs, walk up to it, and just swat it away with a sword.
Zyre needs bombs badly, probably going to farm this screen a bit. And... you want to name that ink blot, Leslie, or should I?
Looks like a boomerang that just hit something. I will leave it at that.
Broken boomerang, that works.
Oh, well, broken boomerang definitely makes more sense in that context, too.
Also, Shiner needs to go towards the beginning to get the power bracelet. And instead is going all the way to the top.
I don't think there's anything there.
Probably the compass at this point.
That would be old news if that were the case, and it is! Game. That's a mean trick right there, to put old news on our runners like that.
What can I say, Leslie? We're just, calling it left and right.
Yep, and I do believe the power bracelet is in this room, so once these... Ooh, good clock. Yep, power bracelet. Get. Shiner now has the equipment advantage with the ladder and recorder, which Zyre has neither of, as well as a 1 Triforce advantage, but we're still a long ways to go from being done with this one.
Indeed. Now, I know that we would typically do an item recap around now, but we are still missing some essential pieces. I would like to see...
Major hit! Level 6 at the grave.
That is interesting.
is it at that push spot? Because if that's the case, we may be dodging a major bullet with 2 required items and 9. We don't know yet, no one's been over there, but we shall see. Yeah, that is a beefy Aqua Menace. It took 4 hits with the white sword.
So there are 6 possible squares that have entrances in this current flag set. The northeast grave screen, vanilla level 6, the warp screen, 1 screen south of the warp screen, the vanilla power bracelet, and 1 east of the power bracelet. You have 1 normal push block, 2 entrances, 1 power bracelet, 1 bomb, and 1 Armos.
Meanwhile, Shiner is taking on Dig Doggers. A good strategy to use the boomerang to stun the mini Dig Dogger, getting the dungeon's heart container, so now Shiner can start going for mags, if he so chooses.
And the Rupee boss was guarding the Triforce. Huh?
So Shiner is halfway home.
I mean, at this point, I don't think I'm in any right to complain here, but Rupee Boss is one of the trolliest bosses for the complete opposite reason.
Yep. Zyre trying to get to 5's triangle, finds a bomb hole though, and an empty room. Looks like Shiner's heading back into 4 to get that Triforce piece, so that's gonna be pretty short order. Not gonna be long till he has 5, and will probably make his way west afterwards.
So we know that 6 is in the grave area. We don't know where 3 or 9 are. As far as the power bracelet locations we have seen, it's Mags on the screen where Shiner's leaving. It's a gamble spot at our current start location. Darknuts guards something in the desert spot, and none of our runners have seen the grave bracelet spot yet. The official grave spot yet, I should say.
Not to mention, there's also all of Death Mountain to look at for potential dungeon locations, so we could have a 9 at Spectacle Rock still, unless that got bombed while I missed it.
Zyre has the compass for level 5, and it's extremely close by. Oh, the Gleeok is guarding it!
Oh, come on, game. Now you're just being mean to our runners here. At least with the white sword, the Gleeok goes down relatively easy, as Shiner demonstrates there, and has to beat some Tech-Tykes just to make it happen. Zyre doesn't know that. Zyre's still tangoing with the Gleeok. With what?
Zyre knows it was Shiner that didn't. Shiner didn't have the compass, but still gets the Triforce piece and is leaving the item behind. Now, admittedly, Shiner may not know it, but Shiner is effectively in a no-mode situation. We know that the Red Ring and Silver Arrows are not in level 5.
Yep, that we do. We suspect it's possible for level 6, as Zyre's just gonna fling arrows. And it's not a 10 sword.
Oh,
a 10 heart mags, but Zyre does have the Triforce.
I think Zyre was Y-forced in that.
That definitely looks to be the case, so we may not ever know what the item is in 5, and sense that it's probably not something... giving it the old college try. And Shiner's gonna up A out of that door repair, which you can do with most door repair messages, but some of them are just so short you don't even get the chance.
Yeah, ever wanted to be like a Solid Snake and have the exclamation point appear above your head? If that happens, you have no chance.
Or if you'd like to be somebody in Twitch chat that has a Kappa pop-up, pretty sure you got no chance on that one, even though it is pretty funny. Every time I see that, I just want to put a Kappa in the chat.
Alright, Zyre is in a potential item room. Remember, second quest room, so any room that has a center row block on the left-hand side. It can be pushed.
That got pushed real good.
Now, what's inside? It is the any key!
That might not be so big for Zyre having 8 keys at the time of the pickup, but that could be a definite game changer because Shiner did not get that. Shiner just grabbed the triangle and got out of dodge. That could be a game changer if keys become a factor.
Alright, Shiner is finally exploring the Dead Woods. However, I think Shiner needs to go back to the Armos spot. We haven't seen what was there. Remember that Shiner was earlier defeated on that screen.
And it looks like Zyre is heading west, south, nope, going back. Shiner has blown the flute and is about to find any roads.
Is this Shiner's first time using the warps?
I believe so.
All warps achieved, and Shiner is going to start exploring Death Mountain. We know that level 6 is at the grave. We're still missing 3 and 9.
And Spectacle Rock being a money spot this seed eliminates that. And Zyre finding the white sword item and getting his ladder. So now he's back in the game equipment-wise in terms of major equipment. Now assuming he doesn't... Oh, we got level 3 on Death Mountain.
Oh man, this is big. At this point, it's guaranteed that either Red Ring or Silver Arrows are in 9. It's not guaranteed that both are there yet. What we do have, though, it looks like a segmented level 3, I think.
That is confirmed. Now, I've seen level 3 have up to 5 segments before. Hopefully it's not that bad. Hopefully it's just 2. But it could easily be 3.
I've seen a 4-segment dungeon before on a race. Zyre now has the white sword, and Shiner is not liking the likes. Remember to follow our runners.
Oh, could that be the item staircase, or is that leading to a 3rd segment?
Hopefully it's the item. No, it's a 3rd segment!
Damn!
And Zyre is going to get the 2nd item out of level 1. We know it's the recorder. Recorder I don't think it's required, is it? We haven't seen any dig doggers guarding any doors, have we?
Not as of yet, but it's something you can't hurt to have. And 3's got our heart container, so now Shiner has a 1 in 4 chance of getting the magical sword. Meanwhile, Zyre is in the dig dogger's den. Gotta be careful here. Oh, might want it. Nope! Lionel, death by Lionel sniped. That's when you know it's a Zelda randomizer seed.
Okay, while we have a little bit of a break here, I can give a mostly complete item recap. Level 1 has the bow and recorder. Level 2, the power bracelet. Level 3, the heart container. Level 4, the book. Level 5, the any key or almighty key or magic key or the unlimited key, whatever you want to call it. Level 6 is unknown right now. Level 7 is the magic boomerang. Level 7 is the normal boomerang, it's just we want to call it the magical one because it's so good. Level 8 is the magical one that's not so good, and the red candle. The ladder spot is the white sword. The white sword cave is the ladder, go figure. At large is the wand, the raft, the red ring, and silver arrows. We do know that the power bracelet is guarding silver arrows and red ring. So either the raft is at the Armos spot or is in level 6.
Yep, and hopefully it's at the Arma spot to give her... Oh, and Zyre is caught in between some Wizrobe fire that's been completely unfriendly. Meanwhile, Shiner did get the Triforce out of 3, and is now actively hunting for level 6 as well as level 9.
At this point, we know that one of these 2 levels has to be Power Bracelet blocked. Whether by intentional logic or otherwise.
And Zyre's got the triangle out of 1, halfway home to completing the Triforce.
It was the other Armos spot where there was the early Gorilla death.
Ooh, so that Gorilla death certainly changed things up. And we found level 6 where the warp was by the grave.
Oh! I just know... Level 6 is here. Level 9 is Power Bracelet blocked. Level 9 is either at that desert spot where Zyre was taken out by Darknuts, or it's at the grave. Which means we technically may have 3 items Power Bracelet blocked.
That's very possible at this point, but for now, Shiner's going through Uncle Wizzy's house.
Alright, hold on to your hats, folks. Shiner needs to hold on to his, because Wizrobe said nope.
Yeah, Wizrobes in this game are nasty. They just... The blue ones especially, you appear in their line of sight on the grid, and you're gonna get shot at. If you're in between grid spaces, they're not gonna they're gonna try to shoot you, but they're gonna do a pretty bad job of it, like stormtroopers trying to shoot, because they'll miss.
I thought the original Star Wars movie said that stormtroopers had decent aim.
Decent aim, but they can't shoot the rebels for some reason. Shots fired.
Nice one. Silver arrows in 6!
Red ring will be in level 9 along with one other item.
That other item has to be the wand. Armos has the raft.
So now Shiner will be looking for the Triforce and getting out of here to try and find level 9 at one of the remaining push spots. But I don't think he saw that hint. Zyre did.
Zyre did, yes, but Shiner is going to end up figuring that out eventually. Level 9 is either at the grave spot where Vanilla Magical Sword is, or it's at the desert push block spot. It's one of the 2. So right now, Shiner has completed the Triforce of Wisdom. Zyre has, I believe, 5 pieces.
Looks like 4, and right now Shiner's playing the flute to get off that blue Darknut screen, or blue Linknut screen. And for that... Oh, and the Darknuts knock him out of the way of the teleporter. Now, if you want to talk about something rude, that is very rude. Zyre not picking up the red candle. Oh, and Zyre did get the triangle out of 1, so 5 is confirmed, which makes that center part look like a diamond. And it's shining bright like one.
Alright, right now, Shiner has to find where level 9 is located.
Yep, that is priority 1, but the longer that takes, the more time Zyre has to complete the Triforce of Wisdom, get the silvers out of 6, hopefully gets that first, and then off to level 9. But he'll have it narrowed down to a pretty narrow window as to where to go. Shiner, on the other hand, not so much. But he will find it.
11 hearts is enough for Magical Sword.
That's gonna come in... With how rough the combat's been this seed, that's a good pickup.
Indeed. Alright, Shiner is about to... No, I thought Shiner was going to head to the grave area, but apparently... wants to see what was in this Armo spot.
Could buy hearts to get to full health, but that would take up quite a bit of time. Not worth it. Not recommended. Meanwhile, the 2 items in level 8 were the red candle and the usurper, and he's got the bomb upgrade.
Alright, Shiner is heading towards... Don't know where he's going. Oh! He's finally going to the Armo spot that was taunting him earlier. And he's about to find the raft.
Yep, that's gonna be a disappointment. Well, that's gonna be... Eddie picks it up, even though we know that it's not gonna be needed for in terms of this seed. But Zyre has got a bit of footwork to go to get over to level 6 as well as level 3. As soon as he finds 6, he's gonna want to dig that out for the silver arrows. 3 is just literally Triforce and go. And that just leaves us for one thing. Finding 9.
9 has to be at one of the 2 spots I mentioned. Either the Vanilla Magical Sword spot or the Desert Warp spot. It's one of those 2. What is on the raft spot, though?
Did anyone get the number of that Dark Nut? Nah, we couldn't see what Dark Nut it was because they all looked alike.
That meant both White Sword and Magical Sword hints were swallowed by Community Hints this seed.
Yep, and Zyre's about to find the raft. He knows he doesn't need it. But does he pick it up anyway?
Probably.
Yep, just in case. And Shiner, not taking any chances purchasing keys, not a bad play because you run out of keys in 9 and that just creates a whole new ball game. In fact, he's just loading up on him.
And since we haven't found the letter, it makes some sense. May as well spend your money on something.
Yep.
Piercing Mountain.
Not saying it because money in these seeds are not spent on sanity.
Piercing Mountain. The almighty key was found in level 5. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Was level 9 guarded by these link nuts? We may wait until Shiner heals up first.
Or gets wiped out by a link nut who says, nope, no healing for you.
So where is Shiner whistling to now?
Pretty close to where he was before he died. I believe he's gonna try heading that way again.
Makes sense. Close to a potion... or close to a ferry stop, excuse me.
Here comes the health refill.
And now the moment of truth. Is there a second actual power bracelet spot, or is it the grave? Zyre's heading to the grave area now. Shiner's taking out the Guardian Link Nuts.
Yep.
Who is going to get it first?
That's a very good question. Shiner just has to push on the block and he'll be fine, but maybe that death earlier got to him? I don't know.
It's the grave!
Zyre has found level 9, but needs 2 more Triforce pieces to get it. So now, and we know where he has to go. He's got it narrowed down. That other one that was guarding was a medicine shop. How anticlimactic. That would have just been too convenient.
Well, at least we now know where level 9 is located. However, Zyre still has to take care of some, you know, Triforce piece hunting.
As well
Shiner's heading to the grave area now.
As well as digging the item out of this dungeon, we know the silver arrows are here. And we find Ganon's room, and it's got a blue gnome in it. One you don't have to deal with because the item's on the floor.
Alright, so it's time to at least explain what Shiner is going to do now. Shiner's in level 9, so he is looking for the beast, Zelda, and the kidnapped, Ganon. In this case, Zelda is loud and Zelda is proud, but is not used to, the whole yelling thing as appropriate. Now, admittedly, you guys may not be able to hear, Zelda roar this time, as well as gals and those with other titles, but basically, Shiner can hear Zelda. If Shiner does hear Zelda, then that means just has to go one more room north, south, east, or west and pay attention to the roars. The other thing is we're looking for the kidnapped. As Shiner explores, he may come across a shuttered door that does not open upon defeating all enemies. If that is the case, just come back after you take out the beast, and then that door will automatically open. If the beast is taken out first, then that door will just automatically open when you find the room.
Oh, and that's hilarious. For the wrong reason, as Shiner finds a staircase that puts him 2 floors over to the right. That just does nothing. Sometimes staircases do troll. Now, he did have a Patra to deal with early in 9, and Zyre finds a triangle in 6. He needs to take the item out of there. But the thing to note about Patra in 9 is that Patra will drown out the beast's roar, save for 1 frame, but it's one you have to listen for, because if you're not listening for it, you wouldn't pick it up. It's not something that I would notice, because I wouldn't know what to listen for, but it's literally a 1 frame audio glitch.
And that's why I call those types of Patras spoiled Bratras.
Yep, and speaking of spoiled, Shiner has found the compass, so now we know where the kidnapped is in 9. It's just a matter of finding the beast.
Now, the reason that I called Zelda the Beast and Ganon the Kidnapped is because of Shiner's sprite. Because Shiner is playing as an enemy, Zelda becomes the Beast because reasons, and Ganon becomes the Kidnapped because, reasons. Zyre playing as Linked will encounter the normal Ganon as Beast and Zelda as Kidnapped, respectively.
Interesting to note is that if you play as the Old Man or Impa, you'll be saving the other of those pair, and if you play as Zelda, the Kidnapped becomes Link, like the Wand of Gamelon all over again, except for much better gameplay.
I thought we're not supposed to talk about that game. Zyre has silver arrows!
Fair point. And here's an example of a second quest room in level 9. I call it, that's pretty much looks like an N, lowercase h, however you want to put it. Either way, Zyre has 1 more dungeon to find, and he's going to be in Triforce and Go mode for it. Ooh, 3-door Monty, and that push block room. Another second quest room.
Not a pure 3-door Monty if you have to deal with a block that only forces you to choose 2 at a time, but yeah.
True, but you can clip, but with a well-placed block clip, you can change that. However, you gotta be careful doing that, because you can put yourself in a soft lock situation if the doorway is aligned wrong. Ooh, and that's a tough situation walking into a room with a Patra. That's a case of where you gotta move it so you don't get boxed in. Oh, and speaking of moving it, Shiner almost got grabbed by that wall master.
I think Shiner is trying to ladder clip across?
Not a bad idea. Wondering if he's hearing something.
Yeah, remember, we do not have Shiner's audio here.
Hey, it's Paper.
I was wondering where that letter was.
Now that we have it, our potion prices, ooh, good day for blue potion, but Zyre's not taking the time to make 2 stops. He doesn't have it, so he might as well just grab it while he can, and he takes a death.
Well, technically the red potion was only 2 rupees above vanilla.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I like my potion prices cheap.
You like all prices cheap.
Who doesn't?
I have to give you that one. Zyre is trying to find level 3. Never found a hint. I think it was swallowed up by a community hint in level 2, because I'm pretty sure Shiner had explored all of level 2, and I didn't see a hint either.
No, the only thing I saw in level 2 is a community hint. And Zyre's taking an any road. Well, he's taking it to the right ballpark, at least.
And this is where that great equalizer part comes in, because right now this level 9 looks confusing. Zyre does have a chance to come back from this, but it will be tricky.
Yep, thankfully I believe the next bomb hole that he finds will be level 3. A lot of it is going to determine on how quickly he can get in, get the Triforce, and get out of there.
Now, admittedly, that any key will make things a little bit easier.
What won't make it easier are those Moldorms that are just moving around rather slowly in this particular room. But at least these Moldorms don't knock you off a ledge and force you to refight them.
Speaking of knocking, level 9 actually has 3 hints that can tell you where the beast is, where the kidnapped is, where the silver arrows are, and who has the compass. One of those hints was swallowed by a Zyre who knocks.
Yep, I guess some even enemies in this game have to have some sense of humor. And there was a 3-segmented level 3. Anyone want to take a crack at naming that in plot?
I will pass.
Looks like some sort of weird Arkanoid pattern.
Alright, Shiner is approaching the kidnapped. Just managed to loop around. And does the ladder clip to get back to the eastern portion.
So what's to the south of this room? Let's find out. Wall Masters.
And a few more coming in for the after party.
An after party that they're just a little too late for. And that's gonna be the red ring! Excellent find for Shiner, because that defense buff is going to pay off dividends here.
Indeed. Zelda is one of the few enemies that can deal a whole heart of damage even with the red ring. The other one being the red Wizropes. Or I should say the red Wizrope magic. Oh! Shiner's low on keys at this point.
Yeah, 4 is gonna make this a challenge. Zyre is heading along a route that is littered with blue landmillas. Has to take that second staircase to get over to where the Triforce is, and I believe is heading that way now.
Unfortunately, Zyre did not take the early staircase when it was available, so that's gonna cost some time.
I believe the Triforce room was that.
Hold on! I think Shiner heard something. Or maybe he was just double checking that room for some... I don't know, that immediate enter and exit seems suspicious.
Yeah, might have heard something over the Patra roar, I don't know. Hard for us to tell. Zyre's saying no to the heart container, believing that time is of the essence, and quite frankly, I can't blame him. Oh, I can definitely see both possibilities for 3 Zinc Blood on that. The first one's kind of funny, though. And we got ourselves a pig sighting in 9 because, hey, Zelda! It's gonna take 4 hits with the magical sword. Shiner's already got 1 in. Dodging the fireballs very skillfully, taking 3 on purpose there to set up the stun lock, and down goes Zelda.
Did you call Zelda a pig?
I apparently got Zelda crossed up with Ganon. Whoops! But now the major question here is, can Shiner find a quick way to Zelda? That can sometimes be easier said than done, as we could have a south-like setup for 9 where Ganon's at one end and you have to go around this whole convoluted path just to get there, but that does not appear to be the case. That staircase dropped the...
Yeah, as long as Shiner can go east 3 times, maybe 2, that's it. Oh no! That was a troll staircase position right there, and Patra's saying, nope, you gotta take the long way.
And Patra's saying, if you want to get back that way, you're gonna have to beat me. Think you can take me?
Okay, you got me.
Don't forget me.
At this point, Shiner's heading back to that staircase.
That's a good call. Here comes Zyre into level 9. Well, not so fast. Getting a potion to get up to 2. Where's that staircase lead? The complete opposite end.
Unless there's a bomb hole to the left or right, that's a trap.
Yep. And Shiner's not going to waste bombs, so that's pretty much a stealth staircase for all intents and purposes. Zyre, on the other hand, has got a bit of a tough task here, as Shiner has already defeated the beast. Zyre has to find the beast and the kidnapped in very short order.
Now, keep in mind, Shiner bombed to the left in that apparent trap room, but did not bomb to the right. If that was a bomb hole to the right, and Zyre finds it first, that may make the difference.
Yep, at this moment, Zyre's just appears to be noting the staircases, not taking any yet, unless it becomes absolutely necessary. Not even bothering with Patra.
Alright, back in the Beast's room. We can bomb hole in that direction.
And Zyre takes a death to the Patra.
In this case, was the Beast directly guarding the kidnapped?
Yep.
Yes!
Beast guarding Zelda, and that's gonna do it for this race. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and moving on with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, 13 seconds, ShinerCCC!
Get your GGs out in chat, everyone. And thus, Chaos returns to high... Right, playing a Dark Nut.
Zyre opts not to take that staircase, and that's a good thing because that staircase would have just led past that Patra. Officially the definition of a... And we are joined by ShinerCCC. Congratulations on the win. You're moving on to the next round.
Thank you. Like I said to Sis Crusher, I said to him, see you in Losers Finals. So I gotta honor that promise.
Well, so far you are doing just that. What were your thoughts on this seed?
It was really tilting at the start because you guys probably saw me messing around in level 4 a lot because I was fiending for the heart so badly. Because I knew as soon as I could get a heart, I could get the white sword, and I could just become super powerful. But in the end, the There's also a lot of early deaths that were pretty tilting as well. Like, not being able to buy the candle after finding a place to buy it. Regretting not buying arrows. Luckily, I found another place to buy them later. What else? There was like another dumb death early on. Oh yeah, I never got to explore the waterfall or the top of the river either. I don't know if they held anything good though. I never found the letter or a place to buy bombs. Those are the only things I wish I could have found.
We never found a bomb shop.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we saw a bomb shop by either of you.
Or blue ring shop, eh? They're probably in the same place.
Yeah, I think that was the one rare shop, and who knows where it was? It may have even been on the other raft spot.
Yeah, I never thought to check that. Yeah, that's the other thing. I came short of finding the raft early on. I probably would have gone to check that when I went to pick up the white sword if I had that early enough.
Yeah. Funny enough, one of the hints was actually a legitimate hint that said that the raft was not required.
Oh, okay, that's the other set of hints. I bought the other 3. And yeah, you guys probably saw me, well, I don't know who was watching my entire stream, but you probably saw me confidently mark where level 9 was on my map, and then was really startled when I found it wasn't there by the fairy fountain. Luckily, I read that Google Doc that, I can't even remember who wrote it, but shout out to whoever wrote that for pointing out that feat of strength can mean pushing the gravestone over, too.
That would probably be Ataginos.
Yeah, I think he wrote it.
Yeah, funny to mention that the letter was actually all on the very far west side of Death Mountain, pretty much in Nowhereville compared to what was needed for this seed. Zyre purchased the other hints, which is where we realized that silver arrows and red ring required feat of strength, so we knew at least one level required the power bracelet. I was thinking it was going to be both red ring and silvers in 9, but thankfully that was not the case, because that just would have been dirty.
Yeah, I was really relieved I didn't have to go back into level 5. Or 7.
That actually may have helped you, because level 5 had the almighty key.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what did you guys think of that play I made at the end where I was filthy rich and I just went, I'm just going to buy 3 keys? It ended up being too many, but I thought that was clever.
I'm just going to say that I don't blame you for doing that, because I was commentating a seed earlier in the week where keys suddenly became an issue because both runners ran out and they needed at least one to complete the seed. It was a moment, to say the least.
I did open quite a few doors in 9. Like the room that led to the red ring, I opened all 3 of those doors and probably didn't need to, but it just meant I could barrel through full speed like an idiot and just never worry about keys.
Didn't have to worry about damage either.
Not after I got the red ring, no. Combat in 9 was pretty easy, so Magical Sword ended up not helping that much, but it was a relief being able to get that.
I believe it, because this was, in terms of combat, this seed was probably one of the tougher ones I've seen in some time. As Zyre gets the red ring.
Yeah, I've had a couple that are tough, like tougher than this. That it was only really a problem. I don't know. I kind of got lucky, I'd say. Like getting the white sword to kill the 4-headed Gleeok was really good. I feel like that's kind of a big turning point for the seed. Like if I tried to take that on too early, I might have just beat my head against the wall for a long time. What else happened in this seed that was kind of interesting? I like that I fully cleared level 8 and even got the magical banana too and put it to good use. I like to think I make the boomerangs worth getting.
You did make decent use out of them, but I don't know how popular Chad is going to think of you for doing that.
Oh, really? I know Lord Banana is superior, but I'm a heretic. I'll support the magical croissant forever.
That's a fair point. Looks like Zyre's gonna have to ladder clip here to get over to that side. But as we know, that won't be necessary. It will be necessary to get this Patra out of the way, or not.
Yeah, I was wondering how to get to that side of 9 without, without doing a ladder clip, and I eventually found out. And that'd be a whole bunch of pointless level 9 to explore. I like the super cheeky way to get to Zelda, too.
Yep, just bomb left at that Ganon.
Yeah, my Ganon fight actually went good this time. I can't reliably get a stun lock, but it's kind of nice when I do.
Yep, and speaking of...
I think Zyre's hearing the roar.
Yeah,
Gonna check all 3 rooms like me.
Yep, and it's a bomb hole to get to Ganon from 2 different directions as Zyre has found Ganon. It's gonna take 8 hits with the white sword.
And no sword beams won't work, not to my knowledge.
No, they don't. Does Zyre have the compass?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember I found it pretty early on. I feel like it was on the way. I found it was really weird how you had to go to 1 staircase to access the rest of 9. Like, I'll show my map on my stream again.
And was it just me, or did Ganon actually have less health this time? I thought I only counted 7 white sword hits.
Nah, I thought I counted the full 8. Either way, we've got Zyre rounding third and heading for home. To finish off this seed, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for Zyre, who has finished this seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, 34 seconds.
And burning the princess in the meantime. Zyre, we're gonna have some words.
Zyre? That's... Has Zyre become Kane, the big red machine?
I should have gone for the whiteout finish. I still have my bombs out, I think.
Get your GGs out in chat if you, support using the candle on a princess. I don't know.
Still, moments like that just make things a little bit more interesting, I think. And we've got Zyre joining us for a post-race interview. Well done, Zyre.
Wait, you gotta unmute yourself.
And we've got Zyre joining us for a post-race interview.
We'll get it fixed shortly, folks. Don't you worry.
I have a question for Zyre. Did you get the red candle in 8 right away? Because I was upset when I bought the candle and then found level 8 soon after and just got a free red candle. And even put it to use in combat. I gotta say, this seed is probably the best combat usage I've ever got out of the red candle. I enjoyed using it in level
8. Okay, there we go.
GG Zyre.
GG. As to the question, no, I didn't get the red candle in 8. I dove into 8 much later, so I just got the blue candle from a Take Any.
I found a blue candle shop, but I died before I could go back and buy it. Then I found a Take Any and picked the heart anyway, because I was certain I wanted to just buy a candle.
Yeah, I found the Take Any, and then I found a candle shop, and at that point I was like, you know what, I'm just going to roll with it and keep going.
I felt like it was a mistake. I think I lost a lot of time while exploring the map. There was a lot of stuff I could have burned. I think next time I will not put such a low priority on getting a candle.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting a candle will help me uncover about 2 or 3 dungeons, I believe.
Yeah, 7 was underneath a bush.
Yeah, 1 was underneath a bush, 7 was underneath a bush, and I was able to find both of those because of the candle.
So, Zyre, and ShinerCCC, do you have any last thoughts about this seed or upcoming matchups?
I already said everything I wanted to about the seed, although Zyre didn't get to hear me. Let me check the bracket while I let Zyre talk.
I can already tell you, you're going up against either Amazing Toaster or King Doll. So, Zyre, last thoughts before you bid adieu?
It's been fun. I went in playing the seed. This was actually a fun seed. Everything was going pretty smoothly, and so I really thought that I had a really good chance to get one on Shiner, but he had just as good a seed as I did, it seems.
Yeah, I kind of had a rough start, but I did manage to get White Sword fairly early on. Yeah, that's my biggest question for you. How soon did you find Ladder?
I didn't find it very quickly. I was actually bombing around looking for just any other levels or anything in general when I found the White Sword Cave, which had the ladder, and by then I had about 7 or 8 hearts, so it was just a quick pickup.
Yeah, I had 5 hearts when I picked it up, and it required 6. So I spent a long time in level 4 looking for a heart, but couldn't find it.
Yeah, the start of this seed was very rough for both of you guys, but it got going, and once it got going, it really got going.
Yeah, and I purchased the hints, and the hints helped out a whole lot, especially since it let me know what I needed to dig and which ones I didn't need to dig.
I think I bought the other set of hints closer to start. 2 of them were jokes, and one of them mentioned Feat of Strength for the Red Ring. I was thinking of buying some of the other set up the hill, but decided not to, because I was kind of deep into the seed by that point. I spent all my money on keys before going into 9 instead.
Yeah, the hints that were in Vanilla 2, one was Feat of Strength will lead to the silvers, and then the other one was Sail Not to Save the Princess, and then the last one was a joke.
One of mine was Feat of Strength to get the Red Ring. So I thought it was in level 6, and then I find the item in 6 and it's the silver arrows, and I go, hey, wait, okay, so the other rock by the fairy fountain is where level 9 is, so I spent a long time clearing out the blue darkness before going in, thinking I'd be camping that spot, diving into 9 over and over, and resetting and refilling my health, and oh no, that wasn't level 9 at all. So shoutouts to Adaginos for his Google Doc, reminding me that Feat of Strength can mean the grave as well.
Yeah, when I first got the hint saying that the silvers that Feat of Strength was required for silvers, my first thought was, okay, I need the power bracelet. And thankfully, the power bracelet was there in level 2. And as it turned out, yeah, the silvers were power bracelet locked.
Yeah, I had to fully clear 2 to find the power bracelet. I found 2 early on, but I didn't have a sword, so I came back a little bit later. I did get the heart and Triforce soon after, but actually I managed to get those without a sword, actually. So when I got the recorder, that's when I came back.
Alright, folks, give it up one more time for ShinerCCC and Zyre. As far as upcoming events go, thank you again, Norestra, but I will still announce them anyway. We have Chessjerk versus Yeocrast on Randomania in about 25 minutes. We also have JSR2 Gamers versus Z-Man 5778 in 25 minutes on Speed Gaming. And right now we have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches for tomorrow, anywhere between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned if you want more randomizer action, because we've got it coming for you.
Absolutely. Well, tonight's got those 2 races. Tomorrow might as well be known as Friday Night Rando, because it's gonna be a lot of random Zelda and a lot of fun.
Indeed, Leslie Pro. Shoutouts to my partner. Give him a follow, give our runners a follow, give Norestra a follow, give everyone a follow, as we must wrap up. So this is Wolfman2000 saying so long, and watch out for Wizrobes.
And Lionel's too, and watch out for that lever coming up underneath you. You might get tripped.
GG Zyre, thanks for watching everyone.
GG.